Hello and welcome to how to design a puzzle box. In this video, it's going to be the first of a series of a puzzle box I'll be designing and make available for download so you can print it yourself and maybe learn from what I've done and make your own. So to start off with, I actually made a base plate that is 3.5 inches by 4 inches. And then I made it 1/8 of an inch thick. So this is the first piece I designed. The next, I made a pillar, which is going to be the corners, a 1/2 inch diameter by 3 5/8 tall. And then after that, what I did is I wanted to make these pieces fit together. So the way that I designed this is essentially I made 2 work planes, one that's 1/2 inch away from the center point as a work plane, and then I did another work plane that is 1/8 of an inch from the bottom. And the reason for this is I wanted the base plate to be elevated by 1/8 so that there's a little bit of clearance, so that the pillars are actually like the feet of the puzzle box. Next, what I did is I did some sketches. So the first sketch you'll see here is essentially going to be my dovetail groove for this piece. So what it does is it has the dimensions of the plate, where it's going to be located, and then the groove size I was able to build upon after looking at this. So this is the first sketch that I did, and then the second one is the pathway. So you can see here it goes straight from that sketch and then it curves 90 degrees, so that when I actually show you the view of it as a section view, you'll see that essentially it has a bit of a groove that it'll follow so it could lock into place. So this, of course, is the first thing I did. And you can see that it has like a narrowing portion, and then it'll just lock into place on each corner. Next, we're going to look at the plate and how I designed the corners. So the corners, I did something very similar, as I created another work plane, and this is specifically so that when I do a revolution cut, it'll have it where it's based off of the center, so it matches up nicely. Next, I did the revolution cut. So let's take a look at the actual sketch. So again, I made a reference of the pillar itself, and I then did the sizing of the actual groove that's on the pillar, and then I created the cutaway portions that I want on the plate, and then I revolved it about the center point of where that pillar is going to sit. So it's 1/2 inch in both directions, so that when it rev cuts, that's a centered piece so that it can rotate nicely into there. After that, I just mirrored it both directions so that all 4 corners have that. So let's take a look at the assembly to see what that looks like and give you an idea of how this puzzle box is going to start to shape up. Here you can see that there is the start of our puzzle box. It doesn't look like much yet, but as we progress, you'll see that it will come together nicely. But I'm just going to show you how this groove is going to work when it fits in here. Now it looks a little funky at first, but essentially the way it's going to work is you're going to fit it in, and then you're going to just rotate it until it butts up. And then essentially you'll have a bit of an opening, but then that piece fits in there nicely. And then that's the start of this puzzle box. So hopefully you found that helpful to start off with. Again, this is Tyler with 3D Printerstore. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Otherwise, have a great day.